Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for June the 7th. It looks like our overall energy card just fell right down on the table. So we've got the Eight of Swords for overall energy. That's just telling me that we might be overthinking some things today. There may be some thinking in circles going on, trying to strategize and put together the best strategy possible and not being just quite sure exactly how to do that. All right. Okay, guys, let's look at energies for each sign next. All right, so next we're looking at Aries, or I should say first we're looking at Aries. Let's get room for Aries. All right, so Aries, Seven of Wands. Looks to me like you're really trying to figure out what's the best thing for you to do as far as setting boundaries between yourself and somebody else. Not letting them roll over you. You still want to be a kind person, a nice person, but you don't want to be taken advantage of. And so I think you've really got this kind of rolling around in your mind today of how do I actually set boundaries and not just be mean. I don't want to just be mean, but how do I set boundaries and look out for my own self-worth and my own self-protection? All right. Next up, let's look at Taurus. So Taurus, you guys have the moon card showing up here. This just tells me that there's something going on in your experience today where you know there's some missing information. You're just not sure what information it is that's missing. And so with that Eight of Swords, I think you're really turning this over in your mind and thinking in circles about what is this, just trying to solve that puzzle or figure it out. Next up, we're looking at Geminis. So Geminis, we have the transformation card. Technically it's labeled death. It basically means transformation. And so there's some type of transformation I think you're working on manifesting, Gemini, something that you want to do. And I think you're not exactly sure how to do it. And so that's what all the thinking in circles is how do I pull this off? Now look at Cancer. So Cancers, you guys have the Nine of Wands showing up here. Nine of Wands is just telling me that you guys are getting prepared for something. And as you're getting prepared for something, you may not be exactly sure what's the best way to go about whatever this is you're preparing for. With this Eight of Swords, you're really kind of thinking in circles about, okay, how do I actually want to be prepared for this? What are the words I actually want to use? What are the clothes I actually want to take? So looking at the specifics of this preparation and really thinking and thinking and thinking about what should that look like. All right, who was that? That was Cancer. Yes, yes. Next up, let's look at Leo. So Leos, you guys have the Hermit showing up in reverse. This is a card that talks about the idea of coming out of seclusion, having spent some time really thinking things over and setting priorities and understanding more about yourself. You're now ready to come out and be around the public with your new priorities and start going towards those. Problem is, we've got something going on here with this Eight of Swords and the overall energy to where even though you're now out of seclusion and you're around other people, you're having a hard time figuring out how do you let them know what your new priorities are now that you've thought things over. That's a little bit of a sticky situation for you with this Eight of Swords showing up in reverse. Or I mean, with this Eight of Swords showing up. In reverse, it would be better, but this just talks about thinking and rethinking how you're going to break the news to people about your new priorities. Okay, so that's for Leo. Next up, we have Virgo. Nine of Cups for those of you with Virgo placements. In reverse, Nine of Cups in reverse is this idea that you're not feeling wholly satisfied about something going on in your life and you want to change it. You would like to feel satisfied. With this Eight of Swords coming in as the overall energy, this is what you're really thinking and rethinking and maybe even thinking in circles about how can I become more satisfied with that. Okay, so that was for who? That was Virgo? Yes. Okay, so after Virgo, we're looking at Libra. So Libras, you guys have the Sun card showing up in reverse. Sun card in reverse is just telling me, what is that telling me? I think you want to create a good time, some kind of good memories with somebody. And you're not quite sure with this card, you're not quite sure exactly how to do that. And so I think that, there's a lot of overthinking about creating this good time with somebody else. And so I would kind of say, relax. Otherwise, it's not going to be a good time for you. If you're having a good time, chances are the other person's going to be having a good time too, because that's just kind of how things work. Unless you pick something like, an activity that they absolutely hate, and then you're having a great time. But yeah, just working on the idea of having a good time with somebody else, but not quite sure what's the best avenue to do that, and really working around that. Next up, we have Scorpios. Scorpios, Ten of Cups showing up in reverse. This just means that we're thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking about something. And with this Ten of Cups in reverse, what we're thinking about is the idea that we're not very happy and we would like to change that. And so we're thinking about how can we bring more happiness into our experience. Always a good mission. Next up, Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, what you guys have is the Judgment card. This is just telling me that you have an opportunity to move forward with something that you used to put energy and effort into in the past. So you have that opportunity with the Judgment card. And I think that you're actually going to do it in the long run, but it may take you more than today to figure that out. Because with this Eight of Swords, this is really thinking and rethinking, kind of thinking in circles about something, not exactly knowing what to do about it. So with the card coming up straight up instead of in reverse, I do think you are going to end up doing it, but there is going to be some delay while you sort through and make sure that it's the right choice for you. All right, next up, let's look at Capricorn. Ace of Cups coming up for you, Capricorn. Oh, there is something new that has drawn your attention in your life, something that intrigues you, that you want to spend more time with. You want to understand it better. But there's something going on here, Capricorn, where you're not really trusting it. I get the sense that you're worried that maybe whatever this is too good to be true. And with this overall energy, you're just really overthinking, thinking in circles about this thing. You're having a hard time deciding, is this really what I think it is? That would be so exciting if it was, but I just don't know. What if it's too good to be true? What if it's not really real? So thinking and overthinking, Capricorn. Let's not do that. Take a chance, Spirit says. All right. This is for Aquarius, Page of Swords showing up in reverse. Aquarius, you're doing some research, digging for some type of information today for sure. And I think whatever information that you're finding, I think that you're not exactly understanding what you're looking at. With this Eight of Swords, this talks about really thinking in circles about it. Like, how could that really be true? Am I only seeing part of the picture here? All kinds of questions about this information that you're finding. You're digging for it, you're finding it, and then you're second guessing it once you find it. Next up, let's look at Pisces. Okay, Pisces, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. There's some type of gift that you're thinking about giving to somebody with that Ace of Pentacles in reverse, or you're thinking about giving somebody a second chance. I do consider that a gift. And as you're thinking about this, it looks to me like there's a lot of indecision here. It looks like you're thinking in circles. Like you can see some potential for some good that could come out of this, but you're also worried that, maybe you're only looking at the potential and not looking at the reality of things. So there's a lot of thinking and second guessing this idea about giving somebody a gift or a second chance today. All right, so that's what I've got. Thank you guys, everybody, for being here. I do appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Peace out.